Hey everyone, I've been following this thread for a long time about whether or not you can put a an aftermarket head unit into a ninth generation Accord and retain the heads up display iMid capabilities. So I took my car to just a local car audio place here in Kentucky, and I asked them to do just that. So I've got a 2015 Touring. As you can see here, I've got this Alpine ILX 207, and you can see the fuel economy display up top. And for the most part, everything works pretty well. I'm trying to accomplish two things with this video. One, I want to get people's thoughts on an issue that I'm having. Hopefully someone here has encountered something similar or might just be able to point me in the right direction. I also just kind of wanted everyone to see the setup. That way you can, it might help you if you're still trying to figure out what you want to do to accomplish the same thing. So I've got the factory head unit in the glove box. It pretty much took up the entire glove box. I've got a little bit of space left. I don't know if you guys can see that over on the right side. But there's the head unit. Power is off to it. Glove box shuts just fine. You can see here I've got the iMid display. And I'll kind of show you the issue that I'm running into that I want your thoughts on. So if I go to settings, and I think it's a little blurry, but if I go to info settings, and I'm going to adjust, I'm going to adjust the option here to info menu. Now look, when I go back to this, I get this weird glitchy thing going on. And if I were to go over to the nav and then back, I get the exact same thing. Now, if I get rid of that menu area and instead just go directly to the fuel efficiency screen, by turning that off, I'll show you. I'll go to nav, I'll switch right back to info, no glitchiness. So I don't know if maybe it's like a power thing, powering these two head units at the same time. Maybe that's causing some kind of issue. I don't know. So I'm hoping someone here has some kind of thoughts as to what it may be. I do know that they had to extend some of the factory wiring in order to relocate that head unit. It's a pretty cool setup all in all, and I'm happy to answer questions about it or whatever, but everything for the heads-up display is controlled down here. And even like lane watch and everything works still. I do, depending on the view setting for the reverse camera, if I have like the wide angle view, I'll get the glitchiness. If I've got just the standard view, I don't have any glitchiness whatsoever. So it's really just on those I don't know, those menu screens before you reach like an informational screen, or for some reason that particular view of the backup camera. I'll step through some of the other iMid stuff that stuck around. So, it pretty much does everything you would hope. It retains, all this stuff. And no glitchiness on these menus at all. It's really just that those two instances that I talked about. But it's a good setup. I really wish that I would not have given up my entire glove box, but I guess I keep very little in there anyway, and it was cheaper to do that than to relocate it to the trunk. So I don't know. Anyway, I guess I feel like I'm kind of rambling a little bit here, so I'm happy to provide more information about the actual setup at some point. But really, the main thing I'm trying to accomplish right now is just trying to get some information on what might be causing that glitchiness. So if anyone has any ideas, I'd really appreciate it. I'm going to take it back to the shop later this week and see if they can't figure it out. But I was hoping I could point them in the right direction before then. All right. Thanks, everyone. Take it easy.